the stat review, the greatest show on the planet. Let's get this party started. First, on the stat review, what have we got? 32 goals in 41 Serie A games in 2021. Guys, how are we going to review that stat? I like it. This gives you got the punchy side to it. You got the transfer fee in as well. Fabrizio Romano is the GOAT. I'm going to give this a solid 7 out of 10. This comes from BT Sport. And again, it's another Vlahovic stat. The Fiorentina 20-year-old striker becomes the third player in the last 60 years to have scored 30-plus Serie A goals in a calendar year. This is a banging stat because not only does it pull on Cristiano Ronaldo in 2020, scoring 33 goals in Serie A, but it brings me back to Luca Toni in 2005. Guys, Luca Toni was so good around that time for Fiorentina. Sensational centre forward, big target man type striker. Oh, just brings me back, guys. I'm giving that a solid 9 out of 10 just because Luca Toni's been mentioned. Pretty decent. I like that. Niche statistics are always good. Not as good as the Luca Toni stat, though. Well, let's be brutally honest with ourselves. I'm going to give it an okay score. I think we'll give that a 7 as well. Next up, a stat from an account called @Statman Dave. And that is looking at Cristiano Ronaldo versus Atletico Madrid for both Real and for Juventus. 35 games played, 25 goals, 9 assists, hat tricks, goals, importance, incredible. Guys, look, get into the comments. What you're going to give that? I think that's a decent stat. I've seen this Statman Dave knocking around before. I'm going to say that I'm going to give that a solid 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Atletico Madrid. You know, the amount of times that he's by himself knocked out Diego Simeone's team in the Champions League. It's been pretty crazy. This, of course, coming from the great Adam McCullough, the first British Asian player to play for United, Zidane Iqbal. That was a fantastic story, and a good thing. You know, something for people to aim for. And you know, it's been a long time coming. This is great news, really great news. I like it. I like the stat. I like the fact, should we say? I think this is a solid 9 out of 10. Adam McCullough's coming clutch there with the statistics. Look, Adam says he doesn't like them, doesn't like statistics, but here he's brought out a great fact stat. You love to see it. Another one from that @Statman Dave account: most chances created in the Champions League this season. Vinicius Jr. with 20, Dušan Tadić with 19, and top assister in the tournament this season, Bruno Fernandes with 18. Key players to their sides. I think that's a big thing for Vinicius Jr. Really inconsistent with his final product and his final ball last season. Now we're seeing that. And to be up there with two of the best creators in Europe in Dušan Tadić and Bruno Fernandes, that's great. And it's quite interesting as well with, Vinicius and Dušan Tadić both playing on the left wing for the majority of games. Kind of that's where the creativity is coming from this season. But yeah, Bruno on fire in the Champions League this year. Hopefully he can lead United to winning it. A big shout out to Vinicius. And guys, get your scores in for this statistic in the comments. I'm going to score this one at 7. I think it's an okay start. It's decent. Highlights the quality of a young lad doing it in the Champions League. William Ozil Things on Twitter. Martin Odegaard, last 4 games. 3 goals, 12 chances created, 100% of his 4 dribbles completed, and 28 ball recoveries, silencing those haters. You've got to give it to Odegaard. I think you do. You know, his ability to arrive at the edge of the box and finish off moves has been big for United. It's been really big for United. So I think we've got to give that stat some credit. But only 3 goals in 3 games. Look, if this continues for a season, could see a 9. We could see a 10. At the moment, though, it's expected. Quite a bit of cash was spent on Odegaard. It's his time to step up. It's time for him to carry this Arsenal team. So I'm going to give this a solid, I think, 6.5. And I think Lewis makes a great point. A little bit aggressive with the final line, silencing the haters. I think at the end of the season, if Odegaard scored 10 plus goals in the league, grabbed himself 10 plus assists, then he silenced the haters, but not quite yet. absolute legends of the party. Sofa score. Little quick stat for you guys. I like that. I think that's, highlights the quality of Simeone Inzaghi's Inter versus, Conte's Inter. They are different. They do play 3-5-2, but you got to focus on possession with Simeone Inzaghi's side. His Lazio team was brilliant. Started off counter-attacking, evolved into a brilliant possession-based team with Luis Alberto and Milinkovic-Savic in the final third. And his Inter team is equally as good. I think that's a solid statistic, highlights something that maybe we don't know. So I'm going to give that a solid 7.5 out of 10. Get into the comments, guys. Your scores, a 10 Inter are just too good without Lukaku. Some more 10s flying in as well. I think it's a very, very good stat. And credit to Simeone Inzaghi. Simeone Inzaghi at one point was linked to a move to take over at Barcelona before all the chaos, of course. Now Xavi's obviously in there, but a really good stat. Let's continue through. More focus on Serie A, big focus on Serie A today. An absolute mazzala of a performance. Big performance. You're doing everything you want from a central midfielder. Doing everything you want. And I see some 10s in the chat. I see some millions in the chat. I think this is a really good start, highlighting the role, the performance, how he does pretty much everything. I'd like to see his tackle stats in there. That would have maybe made it an 8, a 9. I'm going to go for another 7.5. From Liverpool Stats, LFC Data, great account for Liverpool fans on Twitter in the Premier League this season. Mohamed Salah ranks first for goals, assists, shots per game, shots on target per game, big chances created, and a goal and an assist in 14 straight Premier League games. This is Mohamed Salah's world. I think we all know this was coming. Mohamed Salah really turned it on after having the summer off. I think that's a very, very good stat. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. The brilliance of Mohamed Salah. Maybe not as exciting as we've seen. Maybe you could say that the stat is obsolete because Salah, it's obvious to everyone. Extremely small sample size. Balance out by the end of the season from Salah. I'm not sure that's going to be the case. But I think a decent stat. But I can understand why you may think it's boring because we've seen it before. We spoke about Salah a lot, but he is pretty good at football. Guys, thanks for playing along. Get involved in the comments. Your scores out of 10 for all of our statistics.